Okay, so we're going to start now. Do you want me to start now? Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our Spirit Box session. Can I ask anyone, does everyone know what a Spirit Box is? No? Okay, right. I'm not going to move the Spirit Box. You're welcome to come down after the session to have a look at it. But it's basically, mine's a Radio Shack transistor radio. That's all it is. With this, I can tune it in and listen very tinny music. But what has been done to it, adapted it, just they've cut something in there, not added any words, nothing like that. It's not anything in the box, but it scans the radio waves continually. And Spirit, I believe, are using that white noise. That's what we're trying to listen to and get voices in on the right white noise. Very loud, very hard to hear. If you're ever going to do this, really, you should record it and listen back, because you will hear other things in there. Try to dismiss if we hear bits of music or someone that's obviously talking on the radio, because that is just the radio. So I've been using Spirit Box for many years, and I've got Mary here with us as well, who's a medium, who, when we've used the Spirit Box at Wimbledon, she's picked up stuff as we've gone along that has made a lot of sense to the whole sessions that we've had. There was one that stood out was when I'd previously been with what I call our home circle, and we'd had my sister-in-law's granddad through, who speaks German. He doesn't speak English, and we'd started getting German through. And I'd mentioned it because I don't particularly think about my sister-in-law's granddad not speaking English. And she was like, "Oh, granddad couldn't speak English." But the next time we used the box, which was at Wimbledon Church, as soon as I turned it on, there was Mary saying, "That sounds foreign there," and she could hear it, and it's German coming through the box, which we thought, well, that you didn't know anything, and we keep finding these sort of synchronicities of Spirit coming through. I'm just going to quickly talk about the experiences, because you'll usually see people using these ghost hunts, paranormal investigations. I like to use it for our everyday loved ones, our guides, to come through. There's no reason why you have to be in a cemetery talking to random strangers. And there's no reason why, in my opinion, that our loved ones can't come through and speak. But one occasion we had been out at Abinger Rough, which is near Dorking, and we had been there because there's a monument there for Samuel Wilberforce, and he passed there many years ago, and on a horse. He'd come off a horse, and it was debated whether he was pushed off this horse, but he passed there. And we'd been there a few years ago with the Spirit Box, got quite a bit of information out of that, and I'd said, because we didn't know anything about Samuel Wilberforce, I'd said, if this checks out, I'll come back. And we got clearly like, please do. And it did take us quite a few years to go back, and it would have been on 17th of June 2020 when we went back again. I remember the date 'cause it's my birthday, and it was another day out in lockdown, and we met up at Abinger Russ with the spirit box. And we started hearing the name George coming through. When I'm doing this, I am doing this with my guides and spirit group, my loved ones. My dad usually comes through. And I just happened to say to this guy, if you would like, and it's all right with my spirit group, come through when we go home and do the Ouija board. And he's come through ever since. But we recently had, because we thought, who is this George? And we looked up Samuel Wilberforce, and the only George we could find, because he told us via the board that he was a tutor. And Samuel Wilberforce's tutor was called George Hodgson. So we thought, okay, is it this George Hodgson who was an archdeacon as well? Could it be him? And it was only a month or so ago that I've got the recording from Abinger Ruff that I suddenly, we chucked them out on YouTube just so we can keep them really. I decided to go on there and slow the recording down. And we would have saved ourselves a lot of research had we done that in the first place, because you can hear at 1 minute 18 seconds him saying Hodgson. So he'd given us his surname as well. Just a few things that we get with George, and why I want to show you these is to get away from like people with like ghost hunts and paranormal. It's not all scary stuff. None of this is scary. We're not doing it to get a thrill out of. It's interesting. And these are the writings that we're getting through the Ouija board from George Hodgson. So there's one there called Colour. And we asked George, had he shown his likeness in a wax art session we'd done earlier on that day? And we went on to ask what colour is like over the other side. And he's given us back, vivid bright that would burn much blithe upon one's soul. Waters of every shade and hue of blue awash my fellow. My surf of white pearls, blue and ebb within love. Oh, sorry, love within. We've had all sorts with George. So look. We've got one where he talks to my mum quite a lot, who's spirit side. So we've got, George has mentioned Shirley Caswell, my mum, a few times. And he's told us that she is teaching him. So we've got, my friends, blessings, calm is my way, deep feelings are true. I've risen my soul, wiser are my words. My thanks to all. Shirley has been a beautiful, wise master. I can travel with my thoughts. My soul stays seated. You love to meet me, and you do in your dreams. A lot of the words that he gives us are, I know, being a dyslexic person and the Ouija board going ridiculously fast, are not coming from me. But they're all about love, basically. And I think that's what I wanted to really clearly get along, because we use this in the church, and that's a spiritualist church, and it's not particularly, I'm not into paranormal investigating solely. You can do this with your loved ones and guides. So we're going to have a go at the session. If you hear anything, talk amongst yourself and say it. I'm going to put the on for about 5 minutes, and then we'll turn it off again and have a talk about what we think we've heard or what we haven't. We were all going to ask and open ourselves to ask our loved ones and spirit friends to come through and speak to us through the box now. We're going to ask my spirit group, if your loved ones can't quite do it, show them how to do it. Throw out some names. Be thinking there of asking your guides to get them to speak through it and see if you can hear their names. Even better, if you're putting that thought out there, if someone else hears what you've asked. So keep that all in mind when you're doing this. And as I say, we'll put it on 5 minutes, and then, but this is all very much group participation. I believe this is like instrumental transcommunication, they would call it, which is a very loose term. It would be of any spirit using electrics, and electronics to communicate. And this would be a modern day version of the spirit board. Would you agree, really?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to add, Mary? Or anything?
Not really.
Okay. Right, so we'll start the session, okay? So I'm just going to ask if our loved ones are there. Hello? Could you say hello to us? Right, I can feel it warming up now, so it's going to start talking. Hello. I don't know if people heard that as hello. Join in. You can just say if you want. You can shout out if you want. Like, yeah. Good afternoon. Would you like to say your name? I keep on hearing a John in the background. So, I don't know, I expect we all know a John in spirit. Please don't tell me one of your brothers. So, John, do you know anyone in here?
Of course I do.
Who do you know?
Big Neil West from one.
Who is Dawn? Have we got a Dawn in here? No? Right, so we've got Ellis. Who? Ellis. Keeps coming back through. Whoever's saying the Ellis.
So sad.
It's yeah, so sad. There's a lady's voice that is coming through now.
An exciting championship game, and
Sunderland
0, Wigan Athletic 1. Wow.
No, that would be good, wouldn't it? I should have just left it on. Can we have one person speaking, please? If the lady would like to come forward and speak.
Decent, isn't it? Just sort of like it.
I don't know which. I don't know.
There's a my split group there, if they can help her. She's there again now. What would you like to say?
Yes,
She's trying to speak through this. Yeah.
But the cross was clogged on the end.
So we've heard the word eat now. Yeah. Pete, there is the lady that's saying that as well. With is it Pete that you want to speak to? Pete in this room? What would be your message for Pete? It's Pete.
Very firmly in Notts County. Dolce ice cream.
Is it a message for Pete? Pete again. So will we have Pete in here? Okay, because this could be the Pete again. Okay.
In League One,
You'll see him on the left.
Lisa. Is it Lisa that you want to speak to?
a passenger and a customer.
You heard it as yes.
Remember this way.
What would you like to say to Lisa?
He wasn't wasting that. Don't let go, start this.
Not a Donna?
Well, there was a really poor
Investment experience.
Have you got a message there, or did you just want to say hello?
Championship Bristol City.
That's radio, yeah. What I'm doing while this is going, and Pete, I'm checking so I can see
There's four. Excellent.
the same station. And it hasn't been with Pete, by the way. It's doing it randomly.
12.
She's really trying, whoever this lady is, she keeps on really trying to come through. Right. Claire, is that you trying to speak? You're going to have to repeat that one.
Dream. All of them.
Claire, are you trying to speak about Pete? Got yes. Do you want to ask some questions? You don't have to. Right. Okay. Pete.
And he is that.
I've gone all goosebumpy now. If you want to, you can come up. Yeah. You can if you like. So we've got Lisa coming over to speak to you, Claire.
And that's 24/7 today.
That's not a sad thing though, don't...
Or do you have a message from the
It's in this game.
Repeat again, yeah. Yeah. What is your message for your children then, Claire?
Swindon, Coltrane's away. Come on, Danny Mills, Danny. Gonna give right, probably got the biggest cheer.
Oh.
It's all on Forest now to get them started.
Claire? Right, I'm going to turn this off for a second. Are people hearing this? And is there any questions before I turn it back on? No? You can't hear it? Right, okay. Can you? Yeah, but can you hear it through the speakers? That's what I'm like. Yeah. And is anyone else though? Could people? We could hear it keep on saying Pete's, and people could hear that. Yeah.
At the beginning, I think we all
And a Donna, yeah. Are you Donna?
I'm sure I heard Dawn earlier.
Yeah.
My sister, I'm Donna.
Yeah.
My sister is Dawn.
Yeah.
She's got an uncle Pete.
Right.
Who we worry about a lot. 'Cause
Okay.
he's a loner and kind
Right.
of, a bit
Yep.
mentally ill and
Yeah.
far away on his own. But Dawn's dad died. So if that was Dawn's dad trying to talk about Pete, his brother,
Right.
for Dawn through me.
I would say that there was a woman's voice coming through with that, but I would imagine, I don't know because I've never had this before, but I don't really do this in a public thing all the time. I know with people with mental mediumship often get double links. Maybe they're all trying to get through.
But the guy, my sister's dad, who's passed away, he's also got a sister who commits suicide. So I wondered if she might be concerned about Pete as well.
Okay.
So I was wondering, but then it could
If
be
you want-
relevant to loads of people.
Well, shall we, this section then, shall we ask, what was your name again? Sorry?
I'm Donna and I
Right.
heard my name.
Okay. Right, we're going to ask then, if you don't mind. Have we got a message?
Two different people, and then one superseded the other. It's a bit stronger getting through. So yours may still will be that waiting.
Yeah, I'm going to just carry on listening.
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start, okay.
we all collectively heard the same stuff.
Yes.
Which was that bloke.
Yes.
But then that one was so in between. Really, the other stuff.
Yeah. We find a lot when we're doing this that it seems like you've got a huddle of people. We've had to often say, can you step back and one of you speak, because it starts talking over itself. I remember when we done it down in church once. Was you there when we all heard John,
Yes.
and we were all going, John, we don't know a John, and, this,
then
that,
he
the other.
walked in.
And John walked in. We heard him about. He was saying about the door, wasn't it? And and then suddenly the church door opened, and John, this guy, walked in, and we was like, oh.
And we hadn't seen him for a long time.
Yeah, it wasn't a regular.
No.
It just happened. We just kept going, door, John, and we're like, no. And there he was. Right, so we're going to go again, and we're going to ask Dawn.
Donna.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you the microphone to ask some questions.
Okay.
That sounded like Donna, and it sounded like Peter.
To the riverside. That is,
They're coming back to give you some information, so you're going to come up and ask. It's Pete again.
very, very close. I think we'll just see. He'd probably say, well,
So if you want,
Trying to get a message for Pete.
to the post. He's going to keep you updated with him over to
Is that you, Dave?
Oh, Romero died. And
so it sounds like something.
cards this season.
No? Are you all with Pete?
B-class, big gamble away.
Yes.
The shot early. He possibly.
Question.
We've got a question
Is there questions about Pete?
Jack Mackin's got his second out.
No, there's not questions about Pete. That was
Great.
76 gone. Come on.
You heard what? Rave? Dave? Is this Dave?
Scored this afternoon. Still something.
What's happening in the FA Cup?
Right, that made the urge breathe, is it?
A shot from that city. The UK. He'd like to see. Score distance coming out. Roy Hodgson, so let's see if...
England drive.
So is that you, Dave, doing that? Me.
Bulls had a shot. Thought they got a corner.
Please, look.
I love you lots. Bye-bye.
Right. So we did get a message there. I think did you feel anything that you felt like it was him speaking to you, or someone you know, or and
Definitely felt his energy around. I knew him as his stepdaughter,
yeah,
but my sister Dawn was only one when he passed.
right,
And when he said stories,
Yeah.
someone heard the word
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah.
That my sister has said to me that her youngest Preston, her youngest 3 boys, so his 3 grandchildren.
which we heard 3 on there as well. Yeah.
Preston has been saying that we thought it was my granddad Bob, but possibly it's Dave, that's the man that's coming and playing with him
Yeah.
and reading him stories.
Very nice.
The 3-year-old has been telling us.
Yeah. Right, okay, so
Having heard the words, I thought it great.
it was Dave.
I was thinking of the church, but I wanted to
Yeah.
but it was Dave.
Dave, yeah. Okay then, so we're going to ask our loved ones to recollect Dave, if you can come through. And I'm going to give you this back. We'll start again.
Was involved in a collision. A couple of players on the ground. No, step back into the corner.
Well, suspended at my side.
Hello?
The championship, this one's a Bramley.
Just gaze out the window.
The box, it comes in from the...
I bet you're kidding.
Right, I'm not sad.
Guy, you know, he needs to be doing
Something like that.
It's okay, on all the latest scores.
So your name and
No
name,
cancer support.
Yes.
Someone wants
We also know a
Sunderland 2, Wigan 1.
Ashley, is that
Help
you?
them do whatever it is. Oh, but
It's alright. Yeah, great. Whatever you like. Go for it.
On Ipswich 0, Lincoln 1.
about heating costs.
One.
All three, they've just
With loads.
Can you say that again? Is it blood or flood?
yeah, totally.
Munchkin pumpkins available in
Game is crazy.
Don't last first time.
You can organise yourself. One comes in now. You have to decide who's speaking. Okay.
The tournament makes some hot primates to win.
Been hiding in that holly bush. One.
Down to 10 men, count down 6 off.
Mum.
Slash by
Ashley. Ah. There, Mum.
You can get a £5
Can I give him a message?
on talk sword with now.
See, Ashley's not here. We're going to ask if someone else can come through to someone that's sitting here. You know, they're lovely.
It's all day long.
There is for a child there. The child, you can hear a child's voice. Can you tell us your name?
Tomorrow news. We're new. United ball into the penalty area.
Ah.
They were playing.
Marigolds. With Ashley as well. You know, yeah. Okay, now we've got today now. It's Marigold, who, yeah, he works with Ashley, little girl who's always been around. Right, yeah, okay. Would you like to say hello to her then? If you just there.
He's got version.
I'm sorry. Are you with us, Marigold?
This, not
Lord, that's
Hello, Marigold.
Say hello.
low. Went through a couple of
Easy, win this and they're in. Sing for a winner here.
I've noticed a few people have gone. When you're doing anything like this, it is like watching paint dry. You've got to be dedicated to keep listening to it. As I say, you're better off if you're ever doing this is to record it, listen back to it, slow it down, speed it up, and it's why it's best off not doing a really long session. Another thing I've found with this is that we tend to get most of the information in about 20 minutes, and then the energy goes. I don't know if that's us, and they can't work with me any longer than that. That's it, enough, they leave. Or Spirit can't maintain that level of communication for longer than that. And I do know people said, I know I was talking to a medium who said, really, even if you're doing a private reading, you don't need more than 20 minutes because then the information's gone and you're padding it out. But I'm not saying who told me that.
Yeah. And it's just long. And you
Yes.
have to wait.
Yes.
And we're so used to so many great mediums that it's just fast,
Yeah.
big.
With mental mediumship, it is there.
It's like turning butter and stuff,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And it's, I know when people do the readable, especially if you do mental mediumship, you'll find you're getting the message, but because we're trying to do physical work, don't say it, let it come out of your finger. And it's really hard to do that once you start doing that. But you'll also find, I found with using like the boards and the box, that mediumship has come a lot easier to me because I've got to listen to all my senses that are going on at the same time, because it's not just about what is the feeling you get as well with this. So we're going to carry on. I don't know what the time is or how long we're in here.
About half hour.
Right, okay. We don't want to listen to that because it's a long time to listen to white noise just going shh. So we'll do another session and ask our loved ones to come through. Yeah, we have a pleasure doing that. We're doing that tonight. That one away. So if you can ask our guides or anything and our loved ones if they'd like to say, to come through and say hello.
Molyneux Wolves and Forest. Yeah, Glory Hunters is a... Dave.
Oh, you Dave. Yeah, I've got a yes.
Oh, there's a 30 seconds. 2,000.
Dave squirming there, isn't it? Everyone
studio. Wait.
And Sam Reese.
You've got
The Borough Titanium George Cross.
league, that's the problem. Well, then,
Hello.
Top of the evening there to you. Is there any of my lot down there that wants to come and say hello?
in Scotland, my word.
Come on, is there any of you there that wants to come and say hello?
Someone with a high voice.
Front men have been on topic today, don't they?
Liverpool in the week and a bit disgruntled about.
Tommy, are you there? Is Dickie there?
No hurry.
What about John?
This equalising goal is in Scotland. Can Nottingham Forest get it?
On there.
Do you want to come and tell us anything?
Come on.
Come on. Come on.
He played through when he just had to dig it off
Lorraine, is that you? Tommy.
Me.
Is that Tommy
one and
Tucker?
Salford's still trying to attack.
Is that Tommy Tucker? Is John and Dickie with you? Come on, come through now and
On
talk.
time here and we're here to the go here with Harry Wilson.
Tony, are you there? Yeah. Is Tracy with you?
It's in the first half.